Halsted Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant good Monday afternoon inside the Shields Center here today on the campus of North Dakota State University from the Shack. This is the 2026 Division A Region 1 Boys Basketball Tournament here today on yourliveevent.com. I'm Chase Miller. Welcome to our pregame show brought to you in part by Irie Insurance, where we got a 3-pack on deck for you here in this contest. It's number 4 seed Wahpeton against the 5 seed of Northern Cass. Then after that, roughly at around 6 o'clock tonight, it'll be the 2 seed of Kindred going up against the 7 seed of Valley City. And then the evening nightcap at around 7:30, it's a 3-6 matchup of Oak Grove and the Lisbon Broncos. Still to come on our pregame show here today, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. We'll get to our coaches' conversation with both Bryce Laxton alongside with Jeff Ralph. From there, we'll take a look at games going on today across Region 2A up in Mayville State. We have those games for you on yourliveevent.com. Looks like 4 wins. Milwaukee is going to get by Harvey Wells County. We'll go over that bracket. Also, we'll keep you apprised of what's going on in Region 1B, a tight one between Kidder County and Oaks late in the fourth quarter of play. We'll keep you apprised of that. Get to our players to watch out for, then and more still to come. It's the 16-5 Wahpeton Huskies going up against the 12-9 Northern Cass Jaguars. We're back with more. Take a look at the series history, but when we come back, we'll dive into the brackets across the state of North Dakota for Division A from 1A all the way to 4A. That is next here on yourliveevent.com.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency providing protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency. Find them at 201 Main Street, Hunter.
The City of Hillsborough encourages customers to use electricity wisely through its Bright Energy Solutions rebate program. These rebates help customers save energy and money, improve their comfort, and protect the environment. You can get rebates on Energy Star appliances and lighting, as well as high-efficiency heat pumps and air conditioners. They even have rebates for home electric vehicle chargers. Business customers can receive rebates too. Call the City of Hillsborough for more information or visit brightenergysolutions.com. Hey Lisbon, it's time to rally behind our favorite team. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are sending all our best wishes to the Broncos as they hit the court and field this season. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are proud to support our teams and community. Let's show our Broncos that we're with them every step of the way. Go Broncos! Your dedication and spirit makes us all proud. From all of us at the Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters, we're cheering for you.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Inside the Shack or the Shield Center, however you like to call it, as we continue on our pregame show here inside the Shield Center. Again, take a look at the across the region for other matchups today for contests that we have for you here on yourliveevent.com. 4 wins Milwaukee and Harvey Wells County. That game has gone final where the Indians defeat Harvey Wells County 82-47. So the number 1 seed across the region will make their way into the Region 2A semifinals here, either against the winner of Devils Lake or Thompson tomorrow night. Kevin Kochman alongside Joe Lancello on the call for you on that one. A tight one in Valley City where last check between the Tornadoes and the Wolves, it was Kidder County up by 1, 44-43, 2.5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Josh Boyko has audio-only coverage for you on that one on yourliveevent.com. Other matchups here from Mayville State later today, you have Devils Lake and Thompson in the 4-5 contest coming up here at the bottom of the hour. Grafton will go up against Carrington in the 2-7 matchup, and then Hillsborough, Central Valley, and Mayport CG in the nightcap. All those games again on yourliveevent.com. Out west, Turtle Mountain, Ned Rose in one quarterfinal from the Minot State Dome with Rugby and Stanley. Botno goes up against South Prairie Max, and Dunseith against Des Lacs Burlington as well for some matchups across the state of North Dakota when it comes out to the western side of the state. From there in Region 4, you got Beulah with a win over Standing Rock, 94-32. That game has gone final. Hazen will tangle with Killdeer. Shiloh Christian goes up against Newtown, and Dickinson Trendy against Watford City. Those are the matchups again across Class A. We'll keep you apprised of what Division B has in store, and then the AA boys and girls basketball tournament will get underway Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from the Bismarck Event Center. We'll keep you apprised of those games coming up here throughout the course of the week as well. Here from the Shield Center, if you're a basketball fan, want to check out the games in person, by all means bring the environment, bring the energy for the fans that are able to make it out to the Shield Center. We'll have games for you here with the Region 1A basketball tournament. 3 games today. Coverage gets underway at 6 o'clock tomorrow for our first of 2 semis. 6 o'clock on Thursday for the third place and championship game. And then on Saturday, you got 4 state qualifiers, with the A being at 1 and 3 o'clock respectively, with the B being then at 5 and 7 o'clock respectively. So if you're a basketball fan, you can get 11 games here from the Shield Center. The State A boys basketball tournament will be on the north side of Fargo at the Dome. The State B will be at the Minot State Dome. We'll take a quick time out on our pregame show, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. When we come back after this, we'll dive into the matchup a little bit more. Some of the players to watch out for, all ahead of our coaches conversation here today from the Shack. It's the 4th seed of the Wahpeton Huskies and the 5th seed of Northern Cass, the Jags. We're back to dive into the series history between these two teams. The last time they played on this particular court was a 3-overtime game. We'll get to that and more still to come on our Irie Insurance pregame show.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Before the farming season moves forward, there's one important decision to make. Every year brings unknowns: weather, markets, yields. Multi-peril crop insurance helps protect the work you put in long before harvest. The MPCI crop insurance closing deadline is March 16th. At Irie Insurance, we've helped generations of farmers plan ahead with confidence. Let's make sure you're ready. Contact Irie Insurance for guidance you can trust.
Imagine your life in Hillsborough, a place where neighbors know your name and opportunities are real. Here, you'll find affordable home lots and grants to help you build your future. In Hillsborough, safety, affordability, and community aren't just promises, they're our way of life. With a 24-hour fitness center, a strong school system, a trusted hospital, and a thriving business district, Hillsborough has everything you need to live well. Here, your family is our family, and your future shines bright. Discover Hillsborough, where small-town living means big opportunities.
Jacobson Red Angus Annual Bull Sale, Thursday, March 19th at the ranch near Hitterdall, Minnesota. 60 of the region's highest quality Red Angus bulls, plus 12 elite hand-picked registered heifers. Request a catalog today. Same reliable program, new exciting genetics. March 19th, the Annual Bull Sale. Visit Facebook Jacobson Red Angus or call Gary Jacobson 701-361-3189. Jacobson Red Angus Annual Bull Sale. The sale will be live on TV auction. Thursday, March 19th, 1 p.m.
on our pregame show here inside the Shield Center. It's Northern Cass and it is Wahpeton as we dive into the matchup a little bit more here between these two teams. The Wahpeton Huskies won in the lone meeting of the regular season 69-59 on January the 8th in Wahpeton. Since the three-division system between these two teams, Wahpeton is 4-0 against the Jags. And last year in the semifinals here between Northern Cass and alongside Wahpeton, it would 3 overtimes in that particular matchup. Wahpeton won 69-62. They have played 2 overtime games in half their meetings. One of them 2 years ago was a 3-point win in overtime for the Huskies. And as we talked about last year, it was a win as well for Wahpeton in make that triple overtime. We'll start with the visitors on the scoreboard here today in Northern Cass, averaging 60 points per game defensively, giving up 57 points. They're shooting 41% from the floor. Last matchup was a week ago today in which they lost at Kindred 61-53 against the Vikings. Northern Cass individually led by Brooks Crockett, the 5'11 sophomore guard with 16 points and 5 rebounds. At 14 points per game is Hudson Rachel, the junior guard, as he has made 65 three-pointers in a season. He holds the school record from last year, making 69, and has the most ever in a career here for Rachel. And then from there, Miles Freilich, the 5'7 senior guard, 8 points per game, 5 assists with 3 rebounds, kind of a three-headed monster from a Bryce Laxall and Northern Cass perspective. With the win here for the Jags, it'll be the second time they have made the region semifinals. Well, for the 4th seed in the Wahpeton Huskies, they're looking to make it 3 consecutive seasons in the Region 1 semifinals with a win here today. Head coach is Jeff Ralph with a mark of 16 wins and 5 losses, averaging 63 points per contest, while defensively giving up 53 points per game. Their 1-2 combination in the backcourt of the senior guard of Braden Steffens at 19 points and nearly 5 rebounds, and Jack Gilbertson at nearly 18 points and 4 rebounds per contest. From there, it could be a Trenton King, could be a Bonchus, could be a Cummings that kind of becomes the third party of a scorer. Wahpeton last played as well on Monday, March the 2nd, with a 70-43 win against the Lisbon Broncos. Winners of 4 straight and 11 of 12 games here for the Wahpeton Huskies. We'll take a break, and we come back after this. We'll go over the bracket one more time, and then we'll get to our coaches conversation with Bryce Laxall and alongside Jeff Ralph. That's all ahead of our starting lineups and the opening tip here today from the Shack. This is the 2026, that is, Region 1A Boys Basketball Tournament.
The World of Outlaws late models are coming to Norman County Raceway on June 30th, 2026. Infield seating, your chance to meet your favorite National Touring Series drivers, and much, much more. Tickets are available now at ncraceway.com. Order yours today.
And we'll see you June 30th, 2026.
Running a business is tough, but your accounting doesn't have to be. Let Olson Accounting check all the boxes. From taxes, payroll, business services, and professionalized financial guidance, all tailored to fit your requests. Whether you're a small business owner or just need help at tax time, trust Olson Accounting for professional, reliable service every time. Visit colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
What was that? Is that top insurance?
No, I'm pretty sure it's Toop Insurance.
Maybe Toupee.
Could be Toupee. Yeah, I don't know.
Or Taupe Insurance, maybe?
Nah, I don't think so.
Say it right. That's T-O-O-P. That's Taupe.
Oh, it's Taupe. That's Taupe Insurance in Castleton. Get in touch with Ryan today for a quote or review of your policies.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Are Peterson Farm seed reps real-life seed heroes? Well, they've been known to go the extra mile, literally thousands of extra miles every year. And when they're not driving gravel roads, they're out walking fields and sampling soil. When time is the enemy, they're there to save what's left of the day. Are all Peterson Farm seed reps seed heroes? I guess that's a yes. Peterson Farm Seed. We're that kind of seed company.
Hungry and on the road, Petro Stopping Center in Fargo has got your back with an impressive lineup of goodies including Popeye's Chicken, Charlie's Cheesesteaks, Cinnabon, Papa John's, and a mouth-watering full-sized restaurant, the Dolly Down Grill. You'll be spoiled for choice. Whether you're a quick pit stopper or looking to settle in for a while, Petro Stopping Center's Fargo location has got you covered 24/7 every day of the week. Cruise on over to their spot just off 45th Street at I-94 and indulge in a feast fit for the road warrior in you.
Here's a look at the matchups here today again and what happened last year in the 2025 region basketball tournament here inside the Shack. Going back to last year, you saw the championship was Kindred over Wahpeton 55-40. Third place, Central Cass defeated Northern Cass for third. In the opening round, there were two lower seeds that won. Central Cass the 5 over the 4 of Lisbon by 3. The 2 seed of Wahpeton took care of the 7 seed of Oak Grove, and then the upset on the way, Northern Cass able to defeat Valley City in the 3-6 matchup in that one. Semifinals, you had Kindred over Central Cass, Wahpeton over Northern Cass again in 3 overtimes, and as we alluded to, championship went to Kindred over the Huskies in the 3rd place. You saw Central Cass over Northern Cass. As some of the players returning that were all region from a season ago on their respective clubs this year, Easton Holland of Central Cass, Brooks Bacco of Kindred, Mr. Cam Cordero of the Lisbon Broncos with Hudson Rachel of Northern Cass, Mike and Madsen of Valley City, and Jack Gilbertson and Brandon Steffens here for Wahpeton. So we will see Rachel for Northern Cass and Gilbertson and Steffens here for the Wahpeton Huskies, part of the All-Region 1 team from last year. 2 years ago, there's still 2 players that are on the rosters here this year, Abaco and Steffens, that were on the All-Region team playing for their respective clubs here this season. The matchup looks like this again. The winner of this contest, the 4-5 with Wahpeton and Northern Cass, will go up against the number 1 overall seed in the Central Cass Squirrels. It'll be tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. You lose this game and your season comes to an end. Then after tonight's game with Wahpeton and Northern Cass at around 6 o'clock, we'll get to Kindred and Valley City in the 2-7 matchup. Then about 7:30, it'll be Oak Grove and Lisbon in the 3-6 contest. Semifinals tomorrow at 6 and 7:30. Third place then on Thursday at 6 o'clock with a championship to follow. We'll have the All-Region Team Senior Athlete Coach of the Year. That and more still to come as well after the conclusion of the championship on Thursday night. Then we'll get you ready for Saturday afternoon basketball here from the Shack as well, with the State A qualifiers at 1 and 3, and the State B boys qualifiers from the East will be respectively at 5 and 7. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get to our coaches conversation. We'll hear from Jeff Ralph of the Wahpeton Huskies first, followed by Bryce Laxton of Northern Cass on our pregame show today, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service that you deserve at Irie Insurance. They cover it all from home, auto, crop, commercial, benefits, insurance, and more. That's IrieINS.com. That again is IrieINS.com. Coach's conversation is next.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at PurpleWave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I've just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller, and I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
Stop on out to Watts Ace Hardware in Castleton and gear up with name brands from Steel, Milwaukee, Ego, and Craftsman Power Tools. Watts Ace Hardware has a key cutting section, and check out their different paint mixing options from Benjamin Moore, Clark and Kensington, and Royal. From their grills to Traeger, Blackstone, Weber, and the Big Green Egg to the Customer Laser Engraving Center, Watts Ace Hardware is a place you need to check out. Stop in at 1610 Governor's Drive in Castleton for Watts Ace Hardware.
As we continue on our Irie Insurance pregame show here today from the Shack, it's the Region 1A boys basketball quarterfinal round. Joining us from the Wahpeton Huskies perspective is their head coach, that is Jeff Ralph, as they get tangled with Northern Cass. Jeff, like everybody, you've had about a week and change here between your last game. So what was the thing that you did with the team from March the 2nd to where we are now as you kind of get ready for this postseason round of basketball here, Jeff?
We had two really, really tough physical days, Wednesday, Thursday. We really got after it, and, you know, we like to kind of pride ourselves on our defense, and we really worked on some things that we think are important there and rebounding wise. But really two days where we were, I mean, it was rough. Coach Caveney said to me after Thursday, he said, "No, that's it, right? We're going to back off." He's like, "Yep, we are now." And we gave him Friday off, but Saturday we came in and fine-tuned. And, you know, it's good to have that break, let the kids rest their legs a little bit. And then, you know, you're kind of running the gauntlet now if you end up playing Saturday. So, you know, you want their legs fresh, and I think we took care of that pretty well.
You go into this matchup, everybody will remember what happened last year here in this tournament with Northern Cass and Wahpeton playing 12 extra minutes, 3 overtime sessions. So anything going to be new this time, Jeff, in terms of the matchup from this year's version of Northern Cass to what fans can remember, you know, 365 days ago in that semifinal?
Well, I think if we're going to play more than that, I sure hope we win. You know? But, you know, every game's been competitive with them. We had one kind of blowout last year when a couple of their guys were out with injuries, but every game's been competitive. So I'm expecting that today, and, you know, hopefully we can grind here and play some good D and rebound, and things will go our way.
What's the style of game once you go up, and particularly with the Bryce Laxalt team? Is this a game you want to get on a run? Is it more of a half-court style of game here? Jeff, what are you expecting in terms of that matchup later tonight?
Well, they have so many shooters. I mean, they really spread you out. So, you know, I think if we could get a couple of easy buckets when we get them spread out, or they get us spread out, you know, if we get a couple of easy buckets, that'd be helpful. But I think it's going to be half court. You know, they're not really a run and gun team. They'll let her fly when they're open, but, you know, I feel like we contain that a little bit. But, you know, I think it's going to come down to how well we play defense in the half court.
Final thing, and you maybe alluded to head coach of the Wahpeton Huskies, Jeff Ralph. You mentioned defense, but outside of that, is it rebounding? Is it turnovers? Transition when you can get an easy bucket, so to speak here, Jeff? When you get to postseason basketball, in particular today to Northern Cass, what's that little X factor if you want a game like this?
Well, I think the turnover is, you know, if you can get an easy bucket here, and we talked about that. Just our staff yesterday when we were done, how, man, if we get a couple of easy buckets and maybe take a 4-point lead to an 8, you know, now you kind of give yourself a little breathing room. But, you know, they shoot it so well that if you get those chances, you got to be really happy with that.
Hey, Jeff, it's always good to see you. Best of luck here today.
You bet. Thanks, Chase.
That again for the Wahpeton Huskies, head coach Jeff Ralph with us here on our pregame show.
Before the farming season moves forward, there's one important decision to make. Every year brings unknowns: weather, markets, yields. Multi-peril crop insurance helps protect the work you put in long before harvest. The MPCI crop insurance closing deadline is March 16th. At Irie Insurance, we've helped generations of farmers plan ahead with confidence. Let's make sure you're ready. Contact Irie Insurance for guidance you can trust.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
On our Irie Insurance pregame show today here inside the Shield Center, it is now time for the boys basketball regional here in Region 1A with Northern Cass and Jags going up against the Huskies of Wahpeton. From the Northern Cass perspective is their head coach, that's Bryce Laxton. Bryce, as it always is during this time of the year, you get a little time off, so to speak, in terms of practices and everything else, with your last game being on March the 2nd. So what was the thing that you did with the team over the last week as you get ready for the Wahpeton Huskies here, Bryce?
We gave them one day off to kind of relax and get their bodies and minds right for their postseason push. Then we had 3 or 4 competitive practices where we kind of went back to the fundamentals, working on rebounding. That's going to be key tonight. Just competitive practices. Everything, every drill had a winner and a loser, and we had to run if you were the loser, and we. Hopefully that pays off tonight and we come out with some aggressive mindset and a competitive mindset. First one's on the floor, winning those 50-50 balls. That'll be key tonight.
Yeah, last time you played the very team in this venue played 12 extra minutes of basketball, 3 overtime games. So when you think of Jeff Ralph's club this season here, Bryce, what kind of stands out with the Wahpeton Huskies this year?
Yeah, Jeff's a great coach. They don't beat themselves. They're a great offensive rebounding team. They run a ton of flex. They run a ton of 1-4 with some shuffle cuts. And they're great playing off of 2 feet, attacking, using triple threat, and just they're very well coached and disciplined team. To beat them, you're going to have to play 32 minutes of basketball. You can't play 29 minutes. It's got to be 32.
Is this a kind of game you want to get up and down the floor? Is it half court? How do you kind of take the matchup and style of play here tonight, Bryce?
Yeah, we'll try to push it a little bit, but we're fine if we don't get a good shot in the first 7 seconds to wait till the last 7 seconds, kind of something like that. Or make them play defense, see if we can wear them out, and maybe we can get some offensive rebounds in the fourth quarter. So it's kind of the first 7 or the last 7 is kind of what we're looking at.
Final thing, biggest thing is what today? Is it rebounding? Is it taking care of the ball? What's the one thing Northern Cass has to do well for 4 quarters to try to get back to that semifinal round here tomorrow night, Bryce?
It's got to be rebounding. They killed us in Wahpeton on offensive rebounding, Cummings especially. So we really have to do a good job of putting our butts on somebody every single time. That'll be key for us.
Hey, Bryce, it's always good to see you. Best of luck here tonight.
Thanks, Chase.
That again, Bryce Laxall, head coach for Northern Cass. We're back with more after this from the Shack on our Irie Insurance pregame show.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
That again does it for our pregame show here today, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service that you deserve. For more information, go online to IrieINS.com. That again is IrieINS.com to get a free quote started today. And the broadcast of this tournament game has been authorized by special arrangement with the Board of Directors of the North Dakota High School Activities Association. It's our first of 3 games here. It's Northern Cass and Wahpeton. We'll get to Kindred and Valley City at around 6. Then the Grovers and the Broncos later tonight at around 7:30. When we come back, starting lineups and the opening tip between the Jags and the Huskies, that is next inside the Shack.
What's going on today? I've got a planter in the shop, and I had the guys from Agassiz Precision Ag come over and do an inspection. You upgrading systems, or are you working on maintenance? Both, actually. We walked some fields last summer and found areas where we can improve. So we are installing Delta Force and some new opening discs. Yeah, I bet we're in the same boat. I should give them a call. Yep, they will come out and look over the planter with you and put a plan together. They are the guys I go to for answers.
Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
At Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator.
Red River Valley winters are demanding. The expert heating and plumbing technicians at Bears Home Solutions will keep your home warm, dry, and comfortable all winter long. When winter's chill is in the air,
You need a bear in there.
check out bearshomesolutions.com.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
As we get you ready for the starting lineups, brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life with great careers, quality products, grower owned. Go to crystalsugar.com. Brooks Crockett, the 5'11 sophomore guard, averaging 16 points per game to lead the team. Miles Freilich, a 5'7 senior, averaging 9 points and 5 assists to lead the team when it comes to the assist category. From there, Hudson Rachel, the 6' junior guard, averaging 14 points per contest, has made 65 three-pointers on the season. Parker Zeski, the 5'9 senior guard, averaging just under 10 points per game. And Chris Hoyland, the 6'2 senior forward, averaging 3 points and 4 rebounds. Again, for the Jags, it's Crockett, Freilich, Rachel, Zeski, and Hoyland. Northern Cass, the number 5 seed, head coach by Bryce Laxdal, with a mark of 12 wins and 9 losses on the season. Out in their black attire, Jags across the front in gold with the gold numerals here today for Northern Cass. Well, for the Wahpeton Huskies, head coach is Jeff Ralph with a mark of 16-5 on the season. They'll go like this. Trenton King, a 6'3 sophomore forward, averaging 7 points and 6 rebounds here for Wahpeton. Aiden Bonchis, a 6'2 junior forward, averaging 5 points and 2 rebounds. Brandon Steffens, the 6' senior guard, averaging nearly 20 points per contest. He was All-Region 2 years ago, All-Region last year as well, as 49 three-pointers here this season for Steffens. Jack Gilbertson, the 6'2 sophomore, averaging 17 points and 3 rebounds. And Alex Cummings, the 6'5 senior forward, averaging 4 points and 8 boards. Again, King, Bonchis, Steffens, Gilbertson, and Cummings. Wahpeton at 16-5 on the season, averaging 63 points defensively, giving up 53. They'll go with their white attire with the purple numerals and lettering Wahpeton across the front, outlined in gold. That's our starting lineups, brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life with great careers, quality products, grower owned at crystalsugar.com. Our officials of Tommy Bergen, Adam Grant, and Ethan Johnson with Tommy Bergen going to be able to do the honors for us here to open this Region 1A boys basketball tournament up. I'm Chase Miller with you courtside from the Shack, where we'll be here today, tomorrow, Thursday, and alongside on Saturday for the state qualifiers for A and B. Steffens in the circle for Wahpeton against Hoyland here for the Jags. Are off and rolling in this contest. It's going to be won by the Wahpeton Huskies. Win, and you got the 1 seed against Central Cass. Lose, and your season comes to a close. 3 teams will be eliminated after tonight. Ball goes right-handed side. Gilbertson going to drive on Freilich on the man defense. There's a foul and almost an and one here for Jack Gilbertson. Gilbertson, a 50% free throw shooter on the season. As Freilich hits the foul, that's his first. Team's first early on here, 17 seconds into the contest. Free throw is going to go long. Second free throw attempt on the way here for Gilbertson. The Huskies shooting 56% as a team from the free throw line. Second free throw attempt is up and good. So an early 1-0 lead on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, as we'll see Northern Cass with their first offensive set here of the afternoon. Freilich brings in the front court. Huskies also match man pressure defense. Drive kick action. Here goes to Rachel. Rachel on the inside looking for the step through. Nothing there. Now back to Hoyland. Hoyland's going to drive, gets walled off in the right short corner as they work it around to Crockett. Crockett right at the key, able to skip it now to Miles. Freilich will see this one left-handed side, and he sets up the offense with 7 seconds here on the shot clock. as Freilich takes the screen with 3. Freilich, the paint opens up, right-handed shot, no. Rebound is tipped down the hands of Wahpeton. Bonchus will take it now to Steffens. Steffens at the right wing, trips up with the basketball, able to regain the possession as they work it near side to Gilbertson. Gilbertson will see this one right wing to King. King back to Steffens. Steffens getting guarded by Brooks Crockett. 20 seconds on the shot clock, a minute in, and it's the Wahpeton Huskies with their second possession. Steffens will see this one left and inside to Alex Cummings. Cummings will work with it, looks for a teammate, finds one right-hand side to Bonchus. This is on the deck. Bonchus gets it back to Steffens on the baseline. Steffens looking for the reversal shot. No, ball gets tipped in the hands of Miles Freilich. And Freilich bear hugged that one. Ball gets swung up the floor, but through the hands of Rachel, it's a turnover. It's a 2-on-1 with King. King to the paint, right-handed scoop for 2. Something Jeff Ralph talked about. Can he get some easy transition buckets against Northern Cass? And right on cue, they do. A minute 45 into the contest. With this one is going to be Rachel, right-handed side. They'll see it to Zeski. Zeski gets walled off here, looks for a teammate, goes nearly through the hands again of Rachel. Now to Miles Freilich, as Freilich will see it at the left wing. Freilich takes the ball screen, makes his way inside the paint. Miles slip pass here to Hoyland. Hoyland makes his way on the inside, looking for the spin. Right-handed scoop shot, no. Rebound comes down to Alex Cummings. And they want to run now here for the Wahpeton Huskies. Gilbertson will see this one top the key. Able to reverse it now as this one will be in the hands of Steffens. Steffens right-handed side will see this, not a Bonchus. Back up top as they work it to Gilbertson at the left wing. Gilbertson able to spin inside the paint, hanging, shooting, shot long. Rebound comes down to Zeski, and there's going to be a timeout on the floor. We'll break as well. 5:32 to play on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard in the opening quarter. Wahpeton leads by 3.
Our Peterson Farm seed reps, real-life seed heroes, well, they've been known to go the extra mile, literally thousands of extra miles every year. And when they're not driving gravel roads, they're out walking fields and sampling soil. When time is the enemy, they're there to save what's left of the day. Are all Peterson Farm seed reps seed heroes? I guess that's a yes. Peterson Farm Seed, we're that kind of seed company.
Timeout on the floor brought to you in part by Bank North. Not new, not national. Bank North, a hometown bank focused on relationships, local decisions, and community support. Find out more at Bank North. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. That's Bank North. Top Bank. Chase Miller with you early on here. Wahpeton up by 3 over Northern Cass. 2.5 minutes into our first of 3 quarterfinals today from the Shack. Freilich, right-hand side, zips it to Zeski. Zeski sees this one here, able to give it on the interior to Crockett. Crockett back in, Steffens down. Little baby hook from the block, no. Good look, just couldn't finish. Rebound to Alex Cummings, and Steffens wants to work with it the other side of the floor. Goes behind the back on Crockett, as Steffens will give it back up top to Gilbertson. Gilbertson driving to the free throw line, shuffle the feet in a turnover, and Adam Grant was right on top of it for officiating crew. First turnover here for the Wahpeton Huskies. As Northern Cass will go to the bench a little bit here for Aiden Dixon, the 6'2 sophomore forward, will check in here for the Jags. As Dixon will make a substitution as coming in to the game as Dixon. Hoyland will check out. These two teams played a instant classic last year in the region semifinals. 3 overtimes in which Wahpeton got the best of Northern Cass, playing 12 extra minutes of basketball, and they had to play the very next night in the third place and championship game respectively. Freilich right-hand side to Crockett. Wahpeton very aggressive here on the man pressure defense as they look to switch on the Crockett pick and roll. Now they give it to Freilich. High post touch. Here's a couple of dribbles by Zeski. Zeski looking to spin to the baseline. Left-handed scoop is up, and he gets the shooter's roll. Parker Zeski gets the opening field goal here for Northern Cass at the 4:37 mark on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. And Wahpeton up by 1 with the ball in the front court. Going from the south to the north hoop here inside the Shield Center as Gilbertson leaves it right-handed side to Steffens, guarded by Crockett. Steffens with the ball fake, able to give it back up top as they'll see this to King. Trenton King looks for a teammate, finds one here right wing. That'll go to Bonchus. Bonchus near sideline to Cummings. Cummings able to take 2 hard dribbles to the paint on Dixon as he's able to spin. Finds a cunning Steffens inside the paint. Turnaround jumper from 10 is long. Rebound to Northern Cass. Parker Zeski gets the second board. A little give and go to Freilich. Zeski takes a ball screen to the paint. Jumper from the left elbow. Off the iron rebound here to King. King will work with it up the other side as Gilbertson wants to push in transition. Gilbertson bounce pass off at Dixon. Just not looking for it was Cummings, and Dixon kind of got in the way defensively. Second turnover here for Wahpeton. Freilich takes the ball screen to the paint, right-handed scoop, and he nearly got the shooter's roll. Cummings gets his third rebound. Steffens up the near sideline, now to Gilbertson. Gilbertson will see this to the left short corner, looking for the reversal shot, no, up and long, rebound to Rachel. Neither team can buy a bucket early on here. 4.5 minutes in this first quarter, it's still 3-2 Huskies. Couple of dribbles right-handed side as Freilich will slow it up as Steffens will be on the guard. Wahpeton looking to make it 3 straight years to the region semis. Northern Cass looking for back-to-back with a win here this afternoon. Crockett right to the key. He'll launch the 3. Swirls out, rebound as this one will be loose and Steffens will come away with it. Steffens will see this one in transition. Steffens' little jitterbug move, and there's going to be a foul on that arm bar here of Brooks Crockett. His first, the team's second of the quarter. Substitutions into the contest. Carter Oswald, the 5'8 sophomore here for the Huskies, alongside with Rylan Flack, the 6'3 junior, as Gilbertson and Cummings will check out of the contest. Wahpeton will see this away for Oswald, left and inside to Steffens. Steffens rising from 17 feet up and in. Brandon Steffens with his first field goal of the late afternoon, and the Huskies are back on the board. It's 5-2 on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Share their heritage and their future. Go to DHB.bank. Freilich, 2 hard dribbles to the paint, up, and there's a foul here on Carter Oswald. His first, team's first for Wahpeton. Freilich, a 77% free throw shooter at the line to shoot 2 here for Northern Cass. Free throw opportunity on the first here for Freilich. As the Jags looking to get their 3rd point of the game, Miles able to do so calmly on this one. Second free throw attempt will be on the way. These 2 teams played earlier this season. It was a 69-59 win for Wahpeton back on January the 8th. As Freilich hits both free throw attempts, Northern Cass will make a substitution as Brody Zeski will check in for Parker Zeski here. Full court pressure defense for the Jags. They'll look to trap in the backcourt. Steffens able to find a teammate here in King. King pushes this one to Oswald. Oswald makes his way inside the paint. Little slip pass left-handed side. Step through off the window. No good there by Flack. Rebound comes down here to Brody Zeski. As for Northern Cass, looking to take their first lead with the made field goal here in the quarter. Freilich takes the screen. They able to get over it there with Oswald. Dixon rips it right-handed side to Rachel. Rachel takes a couple of dribbles here at the right wing as he makes his way right-handed side. Slips a pass inside to Dixon, and a foul as Rylan Flack will pick it up, his first and the team's second of the quarter. Now possession's going to be very valuable in a game like this if this contest continues to be a low-scoring affair, as Alex Cummings will come in for Rylan Flack, who just picked up the foul. As Freilich to inbound, a fresh 35 here for Northern Cass. They give it to Dixon, little shot fake, takes 2 dribbles to the right baseline, step through, high off the window, no. Rebound coming down to Wahpeton. Alex Cummings gets his 4th rebound of the game as this one goes to the other side of the floor, as they will give it back to King near sideline to Oswald. Oswald will see it here, guarded by Freilich, right inside to Steffens. Steffens spinning inside the paint, right-handed scoop, oh, what a move. Brandon Steffens took 2 hard dribbles from the top of the key to the paint. Had a little spin, and he finishes for 2. He's got 4. Wahpeton up by 3 as they match their largest lead of the contest. Crockett takes 2 hard dribbles inside. Crockett to the paint, off the window, no. Rebound comes down to Steffens, and Steffens wants to run. Steffens goes the other side, and this one will be a offensive, or yes, it will be. Miles Freilich picks up the offensive charge on Brandon Steffens. His first, team's third. Was waiting to see what the officials were going to say. They talked it over to make sure they had the call correctly, as both kind of looked at each other to say, what did you see? And it will be an offensive charge. Freilich was there defensively. Steffens went to go, made the slip pass, but as he did, ran into Freilich, and it will be a turnover and a foul here for the Wahpeton Huskies. Hoyland back into the game now for Northern Cass, as Freilich will see this one with a pair of Zeskis of Brody and Parker and Crockett. Ball goes left and inside. That'll go to Parker Zeski. Zeski to the paint. Left-handed scoop high off the window for 2. Parker Zeski now with 4. And the Jags are back within 1. Jack Gilbertson newly inserted again for Wahpeton after a little breather on the bench as Steffens goes out. Cooper Colmole in for the first time here this afternoon for the Huskies. King will see it here between the rings. Takes a 1 hard dribble left and inside to Gilbertson. Gilbertson crossing over to the high post left and inside as they will see this one now up top to Cummings. Cummings Cummings to Oswald. Shot fake now to King. Able to reverse it to Gilbertson. Gilbertson's going to drive. Spins on Zeski. Left and inside. King with the rainbow three. That goes long. Rebound tip. Freilich will come away with it. And Miles Freilich will slow it up, and the Jays can take the final shot of the quarter. Crockett, right-handed side, will give it back to Freilich. Oswald went to go jump it. Freilich will go to the free throw line and find a teammate now as it goes back up top to Hoyland. Hoyland between the circles, takes a couple of dribbles as Northern Cass looks to find it to their point guard with Freilich with 10 here in the quarter. Freilich takes it, wraparound pass, right-hand side, Zeski. Zeski now with 5, goes behind the back, that's Parker. Sees it to Crockett. Crockett, jumper from 7, and that's how we'll end this first quarter play with Northern Cass taking the lead after 1 quarter. It's the Jays 8, the Huskies 7 here on your LiveEvent.com.
New Solid Tech R floors deliver sustainable high performance from bottle to floor. They're PVC-free and made with natural stone and recycled single-use plastic for scratch-proof, flood-proof protection that stands up to all that your life demands. Because sustainability, beauty, and performance are at the heart of Solid Tech R floors.
Available at Carpet World, 17th Avenue South, online at carpetworldfargo.com.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Broadcasting today from the Nodec Insurance Mitch Middendorf Agency broadcast booth. Solid protection with quality products and someone with answers. That's Mitch Middendorf with Nodec Insurance Company, your local agent with answers at 347-4401. That's 347-4401 with Mitch Middendorf Agency in Castleton. Chase Miller with you here courtside. Northern Cass up by 1 with the ball to start this second quarter of play as they will zip it right-handed side now to Rachel. Rachel looking to spin on King. King walls him off. Now back to Zeski, the lefty. Three-pointer. That goes long. Rebound here won by Steffens. His third of the contest. Steffens goes the other side of the floor. Zip pass interior. This one off the window. Good for 2. Cooper Kuhlmo gets his first field goal of the afternoon, and the Huskies are back up by 1. Now their team has led more than by 3 points here in this opening quarter. That was by Wahpeton, a 3-0 lead. Then they built it back to 3 before Crockett hit that buzzer beater to finish off the quarter for Northern Cass. Freilich up top, guarded by Gilbertson, leaves it right-handed side to Rachel. Rachel looking to get a three-pointer off. Nice crossover. There's the 3. Oh, book it. Rachel with the triple. That's his 66th of the season. And Northern Cass now leads it by 2. That's their largest lead. Good crossover. And he's able to get in front of King. Steffens will leave it left-handed side as this one goes to Kuhlmo. Kuhlmo at the left wing trying to see if they can post up on the interior. Cummings, not a Gilbertson. 4 out, 1 in. The one is the aforementioned Cummings. Steffens coming through the screen as Kuhlmo leaves it now right-hand side Cummings. Cummings able to spin back to Kuhlmo. Back up top now to Steffens. Deep 3 from University. Drive with the answer. Steffens from the right wing buries one, and the Huskies now lead it by 1. 6:30 to play here in a back and forth. Now second quarter where the offenses are starting to come to life. Freilich takes the screen. Now he doesn't. Crossing over right to left to the paint. Block shot by Gilbertson, but he was on a bounce after the block, and it will be Northern Cass basketball. Burks, Crockett, and Dixon able to return here for Northern Cass. While on the opposite side, Wahpeton will make a quick substitution, bringing back in Aiden Botchus, the 6'2 junior forward. Freilich inbounds with 21 seconds on the shot clock, able to slip it to Crockett. Crockett, this will be an offensive charge. Just went down a little bit too much. Steffens stood his ground. Foul assist here on Brooks. It'll be his second, team's first of the opening half. Start taking a look at both of these respective teams and who they have coming up here for both seniors and what could be a potential last game. One of those seniors with the basketball here with Steffens. Leaves up top to Gilbertson. Gilbertson now takes a hard dribble, able to spin on Freilich. Shot from 10 feet, gets the shooter's roll to go. Jack Gilbertson with his first field goal of the contest. Wahpeton matches their largest lead here at 3. Under 6 minutes play here in the opening half. Freilich, top of the key, takes the screen as Freilich zips this one out to Crockett. Crockett back to Dixon. Dixon with a little shot fake to Freilich. As Freilich looks right-handed side, Huskies coming out to trap here, and Freilich will see a foul, as a foul will be assessed on Wahpeton. Alex Cummings with the foul, his first and the team's first. Wahpeton with Braden Steffens, Garnett Anderson, Alex Cummings for seniors. Well, for Northern Gas, you got Freilich, Zeski, that's Parker, with Evanson, Hoyland, Bierke, and Otsby here on the roster this season for Northern Cass. Ball goes up top to Freilich. Freilich here will work with it. Northern Cass with a chance to tie or get back within one with the made field goal. Gilbertson on the guard as Wahpeton has one foul here in the quarter, the same for Northern Cass. Bounce pass right-handed side to Crockett. Crockett zips it on the interior to Dixon, but there's a foul. This could be on Cummings again. Wahpeton's not going to be happy about the foul. Thought that Dixon just tripped under his own feet, but it will be a foul regardless as Cummings will pick it up, his second and the team's second. As Trenton King will now check in for the Huskies. Dixon, right-handed side, will zip this one now to Zeski. Zeski at the right wing gives it back to Crockett. Wahpeton guarding that three-point line as Crockett rips it through, trying to get by Steffens to the paint. Right-handed scoop for two. The sophomore, Brooks Crockett, now with 4, and it's back to a one-point game. Steffens, other side, crossing over inside, hanging, shooting the left-handed shot, no. Rebound comes down to Aiden Dixon, his first. As the Jags will push now to Crockett. Crockett right-hand side, crossing over right to left, hanging, shooting, and the floater is good. Oh, that was pretty. Brooks Crockett with 4 points in a row, and the Jags have taken the lead at 15-14. Second lead of the contest for Northern Cass as Steffens will go right-handed side now to King. King will work with it, left of the key, guarded by Dixon. Right-handed side as they will see it now to Bonchis. Now to Steffens, right wing, 3, bucket. Brandon Steffens with 10 of the Huskies, 17 here in the half. If you lose number 10, he's going to take an early shot, and when he gets going, look out, a 42% three-point shooter on the season here for Steffens. Freilich zips it, right wing. Here goes Crockett. Crockett to the paint, right block, lost it. Rebound comes down to Dixon. Dixon put back, no. It's still loose. Last touch here off of King as Dixon was able to get the ricochet to go his way. Carter Oswalt to come in here for Cooper Kumo. As for the Jags, they will inbound it, as they will on the baseline, out of bounds left. Freilich finds a cutting teammate, that's Zeski. Parker able to spin, leaves it now left and inside to Rachel. Rachel with 2 hard dribbles, leaves his way to Zeski, slip pass inside. Dixon, power dribble, finger roll, layup but missing. Ball is loose and eventually Crockett will come away with it. Leave it now to Zeski, he'll launch a 3 off the iron, no, it's still loose. Rebound, Rachel, spin, shoot, shot up and in. Well, Bryce Laxdale said they had to rebound and they're able to do it there. Northern Cass with its timeout, their second of the half, and the Jags and the Huskies are tied up at 17 apiece in what has been a dandy of a boys basketball game on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency providing protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency. Find them at 201 Main Street, Hunter.
High school basketball here today on YourLiveEvent.com. Timeout brought to you in part by Bank North. That Bank North banking should feel personal, and it does with Bank North. They're proud to be local, supporting local teams and the communities they serve. Visit banknorth.bank. That's banknorth.bank to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. So tied up at 17 apiece. Still to come later tonight, we will have in our next contest of Kindred Valley City, roughly at around 6 o'clock, then around 7:30, it'll be Oak Grove and the Lisbon Broncos. Wahpeton led by the 10 of Braden Steffens with 10 points, 2 main triples, while on the opposite side, been a balanced attack for Northern Cass led by the 6 of Brooks Crockett. You got 5 on the way then for Rachel here for the Jags. Full court pressure defense for Northern Cass as they will break the press here with Jack Gilbertson. Gilbertson hanging off of the window node, trying to get by Dixon. Rebound comes out to Brooks Crockett, and Crockett will give it to Rachel. Jags will bring this one up the floor as Miles Freilich looks over at Bryce Laxdal with the offensive play set. Dixon posting up on the inside with King. They give it up top to Freilich, left and inside to Crockett. Crockett with 15 seconds on the shot clock, looking for a little cradle rock, rips it through left to right, driving, kicking, right-handed swing. Rachel will shoot it. That'll go long. Rebound by Oswald that's loose underneath, and somehow Gilbertson will come away with it. Gilbertson up the floor, crossing the timeline now for the Huskies. As Gilbertson will see it and will get a official's timeout. This will be for the clock with 3:02 on the game clock and 31 seconds here on the shot clock. So they will talk it over and discuss on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, making sure everything is good as they will give the thumbs up. As we'll get a substitution into the contest now for Northern Cass. As Hoyland quickly able to come back in here for the Jags. As Steffens to inbound it right in front of us on media row. As they see this now to Aiden Bonchis, right-hand side to Oswald. Oswald with it, right-handed side looking for a teammate. This will be an offensive foul on the Huskies. Foul will go against Aiden Bonchis, his first, team's third. And for Wahpeton, just the foul to separate a little bit here will give the ball back to Northern Cass. Northern Cass 10 points so far in the quarter to Wahpeton's 11. It was Northern Cass up 8-7 after trailing for a good majority of the first quarter, but neither team has went out and hid today. Largest lead at 3. Couple of dribbles by Hoyland as he leaves it back up top. That'll go to Rachel. Rachel right-handed side, Zeski, that's Parker. Parker Zeski with the ball, finds it left of the key, Freilich, shot fake. Freilich gets by his man to the paint, and he lost it on his way up. Good hand defensively by King. Otherwise, that was going to be a walk-in layup, as King has been very active defensively for the 6'3" sophomore forward. Freilich on the inbound. We'll see this one here to the baseline. Rachel, 2 hard dribbles, jumper from 12 is short, rebound to King. King gets his second board. Up the near sideline comes Steffens. Steffens with it to the paint. Double team comes. Kick to the top. There goes King. Now to Oswald. Oswald with the basketball near side as they'll give it to Steffens left-handed side as this one works its way through to Bonchis. Now left wing to Gilbertson. Gilbertson trying to get by Freilich. Does right-handed scoop for 2. Gilbertson just had a step on Miles as Jack now has 5. And the Wahpeton Huskies regain the lead at 2 with 2 minutes to play here in the second. Brooks Crockett rips it through left to right, gets by Gilbertson, hanging, shooting, and a foul. Gilbertson got there, but it was late. Jack will pick it up, his first, team's 4th, and 2 free throws here for Brooks Crockett. Crockett, a 75% free throw shooter on the season, as Northern Cass will have their 3rd and 4th free throw opportunities here of the contest. First right-handed toss by Brooks is long. Wahpeton 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Northern Cass now 2 of 3, as coming in will be Flack for Trenton King here for the Huskies. Free throw attempt number 2 for Brooks is up and in. Crockett has 7. Get a substitution as Parker Zeski will check out of the game and Brody Zeski will check into the game. Full court pressure defense, a little diamond in 1 here where the Jags will look to trap. Huskies, a couple of hard dribbles here by Bonchis. Bounce pass to Oswald up the floor. Right-hand side to Flack. As Flack will see it now to Steffens. Left-handed side as this will be a 3 by Bonchis. The rainbow 3 was halfway down. Rebound tipped down and eventually in the hands of Miles Freilich. So Freilich will come away with a loose ball here crossing the timeline where the Jags, again, looking to get up by a made field goal. Can Wahpeton get the defensive stop? Crockett goes between the legs. Skip pass now to Miles as Freilich will be guarded by Oswald. Left-handed side to Rachel. Rachel, a couple of dribbles inside, able to make it to the baseline. Right pocket here for Crockett. Tickles a twine from 19-9. Brooks Crockett now with 10. Northern Cass leads it by 2. Right wing goes Gilbertson. Gilbertson finds it to Oswald. Oswald here left of the key will take it. Now for Wahpeton. Oswald sets up the offense. They screen to get Steffens open. Left-handed side now as this one goes to Flack. Flack to Gilbertson on the skip. Gilbertson right of the key, takes 2 hard dribbles on Freilich, who walls him off at the high post as they work it around now to Oswald. Back up top, Steffens. Shot clock to 9. Steffens with a little cradle rock on Crockett. Dribble pullback, right left elbow, jumper, got the shooter's roll to go. Brandon Steffens now at 12, and we're tied for the second time this afternoon. Freilich takes a screen in transition. Freilich double team comes, looks for a teammate, steps through up top. Crockett right to the key, 3-pointer long. Rebound though on the interior, looking to spin and try to finish for Hoyland. Hoyland will zip it back out to Rachel as now the Jags can hold for the final shot of the half. Good board on the way for Chris Hoyland for the 6'2" senior forward as Hoyland gets the ball back right to the key. Hoyland takes 2 hard dribbles, leaves it now to Brody Zeski. Zeski with 13 seconds, right-handed side now to Crockett. Crockett with 10, back to Freilich with 8. Freilich sets it up with 6. Freilich with 5's got a boogie. Freilich with 4. Freilich to the paint. Freilich from the right-handed side. There's a foul with 1.4 to play in the half. Foul will be on Ryland Flack, just not going completely straight up. Trying to wall him off. That'll be the foul. His second, team's 5th, and 2 free throws here for Freilich. Freilich, a couple of points, a couple of rebounds today for the senior guard, as Miles' free throw attempt number 1 is up and good. Northern Cass now has a 1-point advantage as Brooks Crockett will check out and Parker Zeski will check in. Free throw attempt number 2 here for Northern Cass with Freilich. Freilich hits the second one. He's got 4. Wahpeton with Gilbertson half-court heave is short. That's how we'll end this first half of play. On the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, it's Northern Cass 23, Wahpeton 21 as we head to the half.
The City of Hillsborough encourages customers to use electricity wisely through its Bright Energy Solutions rebate program. These rebates help customers save energy and money, improve their comfort, and protect the environment. You can get rebates on Energy Star appliances and lighting, as well as high-efficiency heat pumps and air conditioners. They even have rebates for home electric vehicle chargers. Business customers can receive rebates too. Call the City of Hillsborough for more information or visit brightenergysolutions.com. Hey Lisbon, it's time to rally behind our favorite team. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are sending all our best wishes to the Broncos as they hit the court and field this season. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are proud to support our teams and community. Let's show our Broncos that we're with them every step of the way. Go Broncos! Your dedication and spirit makes us all proud. From all of us at the Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters, we're cheering for you.
At the half, brought to you in part by Tope Insurance. Get in touch with Ryan at Tope Insurance in Castleton for a quote or review of your policies at 701-347-44. That's 701-347-4045. That's 347-4045 with Tope Insurance in Castleton. Northern Cass with 8 points in the first quarter, 15 points in the second to make up their 23. The Huskies with 7 points in the opening 8 minutes and 14 points in the second stanza to make up their 21 points here today for Wahpeton. Team numbers, Northern Cass with just 2 turnovers, 4 players in the scoring column. They're 5 of 6 from the free throw line, 2 threes with 9 rebounds. Wahpeton so far with 3 turnovers. They have 4 players in the scoring column. 2 made triples, 1 of 2 from the free throw line with 11 rebounds. Individually, Northern Cass led by Brooks Crockett, 8 of his 10 coming in the second quarter. Crockett 1 of 2 from the line with a made three-pointer. Brooks Crockett has 10 points to lead Northern Cass in scoring. 5 points then for Hudson Rachel. He's made a three-pointer in the second quarter. 4 points, a couple of rebounds for Parker Zeski. 4 points for Miles Freilich, who's 4 of 4 from the free throw line with a couple of rebounds as well. He got a board for Hoyland and a board for Dixon here this afternoon for Northern Cass. While for the Wahpeton Huskies, led by the 12 points of Braden Steffens. He's got 2 made three-pointers, 51 on the season. The senior guard, again, 12 points and 3 rebounds for Wahpeton. 5 points for Jack Gilbertson, who's 1 of 2 from the free throw line. You have 2 points for Trenton King and 2 points for Cooper Kuhlmo here for the Wahpeton Huskies. Win, you got Central Cass tomorrow at 6. Lose, and your season comes to a close. We'll continue with more and take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard. When we return, it's Northern Cass and Wahpeton in our first of 3 Region 1A boys quarterfinals today at the half. Brought to you in part by Tope Insurance. It's the Jags Supply 2.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank Community Bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers. They are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Before the farming season moves forward, there's one important decision to make. Every year brings unknowns: weather, markets, yields. Multi-peril crop insurance helps protect the work you put in long before harvest. The MPCI crop insurance closing deadline is March 16th. At IRE Insurance, we've helped generations of farmers plan ahead with confidence. Let's make sure you're ready. Contact IRE Insurance for guidance you can trust.
Imagine your life in Hillsborough, a place where neighbors know your name and opportunities are real. Here, you'll find affordable home lots and grants to help you build your future. In Hillsborough, safety, affordability, and community aren't just promises, they're our way of life. With a 24-hour fitness center, a strong school system, a trusted hospital, and a thriving business district, Hillsborough has everything you need to live well. Here, your family is our family, and your future shines bright. Discover Hillsborough, where small-town living means big opportunities.
As we continue with more here today, brought to you in part by Cass County Mutual on our halftime show here on YourLiveEvent.com. Chase Miller with you as we take a look at your out-of-town scoreboard here from games that happened earlier today. Region 2A boys basketball, 4 wins Minnewacan with a 82-47 win over Harvey Wells County. Game number 2 of the quarterfinals up at Mayville State between Devils Lake and Thompson, and that game currently midway through the third quarter. It's Devils Lake 38, Thompson 26. The Firebirds looking to see if they can make a game with 4 wins Minnewacan coming up in the semifinals. Also, a game that's on YourLiveEvent.com, Edgeley, Montpelier, and Sargent County. In the second quarter, it's EKM 14, Bulldogs 10 with 4.5 minutes to play in the second quarter. The winner will play Kidder County after Kidder County knocks down Oaks in the quarterfinals of the Region 1B boys tournament 50-45 earlier today. And North Star up in Region 2B, the 4 seed from District 4 knocks down the District 3 1 seed in Park River Fortville Lincoln 64-61. Out west, number 1 seed Turtle Mountain defeats Ned Rose by 16, and in Region 4A, the 1 seed Beulah all over Standing Rock 94-32. That's a look at your out-of-town scoreboard earlier today here on YourLiveEvent.com. Again, 4 wins Minnewacan picked up the win in 2A. Still to come after this game wraps up, Kindred Valley City at 6 and Oak Grove Lisbon at 7:30. At the half, Northern Cass led by the 10 of Crockett, Wahpeton led by the 12 of Braden Steffens. That does it for a halftime show, brought to you in part by Cass County Mutual, providing insurance products all of southeastern North Dakota. Go to CassCountyMutual.com to find an agent near you. Back with more of the second half when we return.
Jacobson Red Angus Annual Bull Sale, Thursday, March 19th at the ranch near Hitterdall, Minnesota. 60 of the region's highest quality Red Angus bulls, plus 12 elite hand-picked registered heifers. Request a catalog today. Same reliable program, new exciting genetics. March 19th, the Annual Bull Sale. Visit Facebook Jacobson Red Angus or call Gary Jacobson 701-361-3189. Jacobson Red Angus Annual Bull Sale. The sale will be live on TV auction. Thursday, March 19th, 1 p.m.
The World of Outlaws late models are coming to Norman County Raceway on June 30th, 2026. Infield seating, your chance to meet your favorite National Touring Series drivers, and much, much more. Tickets are available now at ncraceway.com. Order yours today.
And we'll see you June 30th, 2026.
Running a business is tough, but your accounting doesn't have to be. Let Olson Accounting check all the boxes. From taxes, payroll, business services, and professionalized financial guidance, all tailored to fit your requests. Whether you're a small business owner or just need help at tax time, trust Olson Accounting for professional, reliable service every time. Visit colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
High school basketball today here on YourLiveEvent.com. Chase Miller with you. Thank you so much for tuning in. And for more information on upcoming section basketball semifinals and championships on the boys here this week, simply go to our website, YourLiveEvent.com. You can check out the complete rundown and the schedule there. If you're enjoying this broadcast, simply give us a like on our YouTube channel. Also, check it out, subscribe, share it, do all the fun stuff. Again, 23-21 Northern Cass with the advantage. The Jags coming in at 12-9 on the season. The last 2 years for the Jags, they went 15-7 2 years ago. Lost to Central Cass in this very round. Last year, they went 15-9, beating the Highlanders in the quarters. Lost to Wahpeton in 3 overtimes in the semis, and lost to Central Cass for third. Wahpeton 2 years ago, 16-9, making it all the way to the Region 1 championship, falling short to Kindred, losing to Grafton in a state qualifier. Then last year, they went 18-10, beating 4 wins Minnewacan in a state qualifier, finishing 7th place against the Killdeer Cowboys with a win, and they lost in the championship. So the Wahpeton Huskies trying to see if they can make the championship game for 3 straight seasons, and this helps as they're able to flip it to Steffens to open up this second half for a made layup from the left block. Tied up at 23 apiece here right off the shoot in this second half. As with the basketball is going to be Zeski. Parker makes his way to the paint off the window short. Rebound is loose and eventually won by Alex Cummings, his 5th board. As he got Bonchis, Steffens, Gilbertson, and alongside Triton King with the basketball here for the Wahpeton Huskies. As now Steffens will see this. Steffens at the top of the key will take a couple of dribbles right-hand side to Gilbertson. Gilbertson makes his way to the paint off the side of the rim. Rebound comes down here to Hudson Rachel. Freilich, Crockett, alongside with Parker, Zeski, and Hoyland, the original starting 5 as well for Northern Cass and head coach Bryce Laxdal. Zeski right-handed side with it, looking to probe as he does. Gives the pass right-handed to the baseline to Crockett. Crockett, little baby hook over Steffens is short, and a rebound comes down to Steffens as Steffens now wants to push. Steffens will see this to Gilbertson. Gilbertson at the left wing, able to give it back right-hand side to King. King will step through inside the paint, high off the window, no. Rebound is loose and eventually won by King. Put back up and in for 2. King got the hockey, a little assist there by Alex Cummings. 2-point for the Wahpeton Huskies coming on the board, and it will be Wahpeton up by 2. Freilich crossing over on Steffens. Miles to the paint, right-handed scoop, and he finger rolls it in for 2. Miles Freilich with his opening field goal of the contest. He's got 6. Tied early on here in this third quarter play. It's been nip and tuck from the start, so what would you expect different? Gilbertson, right-handed layup, can't go. Rebound to Freilich. Freilich wants to push to Rachel as he does. Hudson inside. Drive kick. Freilich will tee up a college range triple. Long rebound. One here to Gilbertson, and there's a foul. They'll call the foul on Hudson Rachel, his first, the team's first, after Gilbertson was able to get the loose ball after the miss by Freilich on a deep 3-point attempt. Substitution in the game now for Northern Cass will be Brody Zeski, who will check in for Parker Zeski. 5:58 to play in the third quarter on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, tied up at 25 apiece here in this quarterfinal. There's just something in the water when these two teams play, a lot of close affairs, something that Jeff Ralph and Blythe Slackstill talked to us a little bit about earlier here this afternoon. Kumel, shot no, rebound, Cummings gets fouled. And Alex will head to the free throw line for 2 free throws. One thing that Cummings has done well, 6 rebounds so far here for the Huskies. Hoyland with the foul, his first, the team's second. As Wahpeton has won all 4 matchups here in the 3-division system against Northern Cass, but they've been close contests with 2 of them going overtime here for the Huskies. And Jeff Ralph will say the one time they did beat Northern Cass handily, there was no Trey Huzar last year, no Miles Freilich in the game, which definitely was 2 starters for Bryce Laxdal last season. Free throw attempt number 2 for Cummings, misses. He goes 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Rebound comes down to Parker Zeski. Zeski will see this to Freilich, as Freilich with those fluorescent orange shoes. We'll see this to the high post. Takes the screen, couple of dribbles by Hoyland. Block shot on the way here by Cummings. They'll go the other side of the floor quickly to King. King off the window, left-handed scoop for two. Oh, transition offense for the Huskies. They managed their largest lead of the game at 3. It's 28-25, Wahpeton. Freilich leaves it left and inside to Rachel. Baseline now to Zeski. Parker will reverse pivot to the short corner, and there's going to be a foul. This will be on Aiden Bonchis, his second, team's first of the half after the drive there by Parker Zeski. It was on the floor. A fresh 35 here for the Jags. As coming out will be Hoyland. Coming in will be Dixon, the 6'2 sophomore forward. Northern Cass to inbound with Freilich to Dixon. Dixon will see this one left and inside to Rachel. Rachel with the basketball, a couple of dribbles now, gives it back up top as it goes to Zeski, back to Rachel. As Crockett here at the NDSU emblem takes a ball screen. Crockett, hard drive inside, throws it up, and there's a body foul. Getting there just a little bit late is Alex Cummings. His third, team second, and 2 free throws here for Brooks Crockett. Crockett with 10 points, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, as the Jags so far here this late afternoon are 5 of 6 from the stripe. Now make him 6 of 7. Crockett has 11, and Northern Cass is back within 2 as Flack will check in for Cummings. The 4th seed of Wahpeton and the 5th seed of Northern Cass. Free throw attempt number 2 coming in on the attempt here for Crockett. As Crockett missing the second, rebound comes down to the Huskies as that one will be with Flack. And for the Huskies, they will retake now a 2-point lead with the ball in the front court. Right-hand side of the aforementioned Flack, guarded by Crockett. Man defense here for Northern Cass. Ball gets swung around left and inside to Bonchis. Bonchis will see it right to the key. Now to Gilbertson, little flex. He'll shoot the 3. Short rebound to Miles on the interior. Good board here by the 5'7" senior guard. Up the floor, Zeski makes his way high off the window. No, rebound comes down to Flack. Flack will give it now to Steffens. Steffens, 14 points to lead the floor here for Wahpeton. Makes his way one-on-one by Crockett. Brooks walls him off. Now back to Gilbertson. Gilbertson, little cradle rock, gets by Freilich. Hanging, shooting shot, no. Rebound on the inside, won by number 1 in Brody Zeski. Jags yet again with a chance to tie or take the lead with a made field goal. Freilich to Dixon. Dixon back to Miles here as Freilich takes a couple of dribbles for the Jags to reset offensively. Freilich takes the screen. Freilich, wraparound pass inside to Dixon. Turnover is going to be one there by Bonchis. Up the floor quickly to Gilbertson, and there's a foul. Parker Zeski with the foul, his first, team's 4th, and we'll see free throws here for the Huskies. Jack Gilbertson, a 50% free throw shooter at the line to shoot 2. 5 points, couple rebounds. 1 of 2 from the free throw line so far here for Gilbertson in this contest. Gets the shooter's roll to go. He's got 6. Substitution into the game for Northern Cass will be Hudson Rachel checking in for Brody Zeski. Free throw opportunity number 2 here for Gilbertson. As the Huskies trying to get up by 2 possessions, able to do so. So Gilbertson hits both free throws. Cooper Kumo will check into the game. Huskies with their largest lead here at 4, 30-26 with 3:45 to play in this third quarter. On the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, go to dhb.bank. Freilich takes the screen as he does, gives it to Dixon. Dixon, couple hard dribbles in the paint, lost it, regains possession. Dixon looking to spin, step through on the way, off the window, good for 2. Aiden Dixon gets in the scoring column. Crockett gets the steal, gets fouled, and Northern Cass will head to the line. King with the foul, his first, team's 3rd. They inbound it quickly, and boom, the sophomore Crockett pounced on it. He's got 11 points, a chance to tie at the stripe. As we get a timeout on the floor. 3:23 to play in the third quarter. This has been a good one from the tip. It's Wahpeton up by 2. Northern Cass with free throws, and we return.
What was that? Is that Top Insurance?
No, I'm pretty sure it's Toop Insurance.
Maybe Toupee.
Could be Toupee. Yeah, I don't know.
Or Taupe Insurance, maybe?
I don't think so.
Say it right. That's T-O-O-P. That's Taupe.
Oh, it's Taupe. That's Taupe Insurance in Castleton. Get in touch with Ryan today for a quote or review of your policies.
Timeout on the floor brought to you in part by Bank North. Not new, not national. Bank North, a hometown bank focused on relationships, local decisions, and community support. Find out more at banknorth.bank. Bank North, member FDIC, equal housing lender. For the Wahpeton Huskies, led by the 14 points of Brayden Stephens so far, and then the 7 here for Jack Gilbertson, and 4, and make that 6 for King. For Northern Cass, led currently by the 11 points of Brooks Crockett, the 6 of Freilich, and the 5 for Hudson Rachel. Again, time on the floor, brought to you in part by Bank North. Crockett to the line to shoot 2 here for Northern Cass. So far, 6 of 8 from the free throw line, while Wahpeton on the opposite side, they currently are 4 of 6 from the line. Free throw is good. Crockett now with 12. His season average is 16. Second free throw attempt to tie here for Brooks. Brooks hits them both. Tied at 17, 21, 23, 25, and now tied at 30 up with 3:23 left to play in this third quarter. Full court press by the Jags. This one goes to Stephens. Stephens leaves it right-handed side. Good bounce pass across the paint to Gilbertson. Tic-tac-toe deflect to Gilbertson. Rylan Flack gets the assist to give the hockey assist there to Stephens, and 2 points on the way here for the Wahpeton Huskies. And we'll see that one get up on the board as Gilbertson able to finish for that particular play. Ball will make its way right-handed side. This will be to Crockett. Crockett high off the window, good for 2. Brooks Crockett now with 15 points here for Northern Cass. As they see this here at the top of the key, weaving their way to Kumo to make that Botchus. Botchus left wing, we'll see it back up top as they're able to swing it around to Stephens. Stephens with a couple of dribbles left and inside, we'll see it to Kumo. Kumo, the step through off the window from the right block up and in for 2. Kumo's got 4, and it's now 2:24 to play as they'll have to inbound it quickly. As Miles Freilich was looking to tie the shoelaces here as they quickly inbounded as the ball never went out of bounds. So they will continue play here as Freilich will hand this one off to Brooks Crockett. Crockett right-hand side taking the screen. Brooks will see it here at the high post, now to Rachel. Wahpeton leads it by 2, slips it left-handed side as they give it now to Dixon. Dixon back to Crockett. 14 seconds on the shot clock here for Northern Cass as Crockett makes his way, slips this one on the pass to Zeski. That's Brody. Brody, double team comes. Brody looks it through. Brody will see it now up top to Rachel. Rachel with 2 seconds to beat the horn for 3. Buries it. Hudson Rachel with a deep 3 on a Monday afternoon, and Northern Cass leads it by 1. With 1 second on the shot clock, he was able to put that one through the cylinder. Gilbertson spins inside the paint, no. Rebound is loose and eventually won here by Zeski. Brody Zeski will see it. Mark that shot down if Northern Cass maybe wins this game by a point. Freilich spins, and this will be a traveling violation as he's trying to bring his pivot foot through. Turnover on Northern Cass, therefore. As checking in here for Northern Cass will be Chris Hoyland alongside with Parker Zeski. As Miles Freilich will tie up the shoelaces. Northern Cass will contend the full court pressure defense. Alex Cummings will check in here for Rylan Flack. We'll get one more substitution as Brooks Crockett will check out. Hunter Kemet, the 6-foot junior forward, will check in with 1:22 left to play here in the third quarter. Both teams with 1 foul to give before it's the bonus. Huskies with 4 timeouts. Northern Cass has 3 remaining. Stephens front court now for the Huskies. Brayden 14 points. We'll see this here. Gives it up top to Gilbertson. Gilbertson 2 hard dribbles on Freilich. Gilbertson muscling his way to the right block, up and in. Jack Gilbertson, the 6'2 sophomore guard, has 11 points with 6 of them coming in the second half. And the Huskies are up by 1. Freilich will see this right-handed side. Gilbertson comes on and hedge. Double team with Stephens. Freilich with the pass. Sees it now to Hoyland. Hoyland bounce pass across the paint. Got his man up in the air, but lost it. Hunter Kemet with the great ball fake up in the air, but then he lost it on the way up. Turnover for Northern Cass. Wahpeton with Stephens. We'll see this in the front court. Stephens, right-handed side, free throw line extended as they zip this one to Kumo. Cooper will see it back to the right of the key. Northern Cass continues in that man. Now Botchus. Botchus at the left wing will zip it now to Stephens. Stephens makes his way inside the paint, hanging, shooting, flips this one up and in. Brandon Steffens now with 16 points, and the Huskies stretch this one out to a 3-point contest. 15 seconds to play in the third quarter. Northern Cass with the basketball as Freilich will set up the offense. Now with 10. Freilich will see this with 8. Miles looks for the ball screen, makes his way through, foul on Steffens. As Brennan Steffens will pick up the foul, his second team's fourth. So we got 3 on Cummings, 2 on Flack, Steffens, and Bonchis here. As Carter Oswald will check into the game for Steffens, Flack will check in for Cummings, and Northern Cass will have 5.1 to play here in the third. Freilich on the inbound, sees it to Dixon. Dixon rips it through at 3 seconds, right-handed side to Rachel. Turnaround jumper from the right wing is off the mark, and that's how we'll end our third quarter play. It's the Wahpeton Huskies with the 3-point edge as we head to the fourth quarter.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Are Peterson Farm seed reps real-life seed heroes? Well, they've been known to go the extra mile, literally thousands of extra miles every year. And when they're not driving gravel roads, they're out walking fields and sampling soil. When time is the enemy, they're there to save what's left of the day. Are all Peterson Farm seed reps seed heroes? I guess that's a yes. Peterson Farm Seed, we're that kind of seed company.
Timeout on the floor brought to you in part by Mitch Middendorf Agency with Nodak Insurance, solid protection with quality products and someone with answers. Broadcasting today from the broadcast booth, that is, with Nodak Insurance Company. In between our quarter break, that's Mitch Middendorf Agency with Nodak Insurance Company in Castleton, your local agent with answers at 347-4401. That's 347-4401. 8 minutes for one of these teams remaining on the season. The other gets bare minimum 2 more games in the semis in either the championship or third place game on Thursday. Rachel, top of the key, off the iron. Rebound will be slipped by Dixon right in the hands of Steffens. And Steffens wants to put in transition. Gilbertson, nice bounce pass to King. That's how you run the floor. King's got 8, and the Huskies with their largest lead of the game here at 5. Wahpeton 40-35. Here on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard as Freilich will see it left and inside to Rachel. Rachel will give it back up top to Crockett. Brooks will handle it here at the top of the key. Little jab step for the Jags as Crockett takes the screen. Crockett makes his way to the right wing. Crockett now to Freilich, and Freilich lost a turnover on Northern Cass. Their 4th turnover of the half, and it will be a substitution as Dixon will check out. Coming in will be Hoyland. And if you're the Jags looking for some offense, but first got to find a way to get a little defense. Well, if you're Wahpeton, if you could have made field goal here up by 3 possessions, it might feel like a 12 or 14-point lead. Gilbertson, right wing, guarded by Crockett. Gilbertson takes a couple of dribbles, leaves it back up top, and is able to work it around the world. Left-handed side to Steffens. Steffens will see it here left wing. Back to left-handed side as that'll go to Cummings. Back now to Gilbertson. Gilbertson left wing, going to drive on Crockett to the baseline, and there's a foul with the little arm bar on Crockett. That'll be on Brooks, his 3rd and the team's 1st of the quarter. What this does, it resets the shot clock to 35 seconds. Gilbertson able to leave it left-handed side. Being guarded by Freilich here, out of bounds, last touch here by Miles. On the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, share their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Go to dhb.bank. As they give this one up top, Gilbertson will see it, takes the ball screen. As he does the right wing, looking to spin, double team comes, now to King, as they work with it to Steffens. Steffens with 20 seconds on the shot clock, being guarded here by Parker Zeski. Steffens right inside to Cummings. Cummings looking for a teammate, nothing there. Able to give it to Bonchis. He'll shoot the rainbow 3. That'll go long. Rebound though to King. King will see it on the interior. Put back for 2. Trey King, the sophomore forward, now with 10 points here for Wahpeton. 42-35 Huskies with their largest lead at 7. Zeski, good bounce pass, right-handed side with it, looking for the reversal. Nothing there to Hoyland. Hoyland gets double-teamed on the short corner. A timeout for Bryce Laxdal to save the possession. 21 seconds left on the shot clock. 6:07 left in the game. Huskies up by 7. Northern Cass with the ball when we return.
Hungry and on the road, Petro Stopping Center in Fargo has got your back with an impressive lineup of goodies including Popeye's Chicken, Charlie's Cheesesteaks, Cinnabon, Papa John's, and a mouth-watering full-sized restaurant, the Dolly Down Grill. You'll be spoiled for choice. Whether you're a quick pit stopper or looking to settle in for a while, Petro Stopping Center's Fargo location has got you covered 24/7 every day of the week. Cruise on over to their spot just off 45th Street at I-94 and indulge in a feast fit for the road warrior in you.
Timeout on the floor, brought to you in part by Bank North. Go to banknorth.bank. That's banknorth.bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Well, up in Region 2, it'll be a 4-wins Milwaukee and Devils Lake showdown in the semis as Devils Lake beating Thompson 64-37 here late in the fourth quarter. And then in the Region 1B tournament, EKM and Sargent County, it's all EKM in the third quarter, up by 16 over the Sargent County Bulldogs. Time on the floor again, brought to you in part by Bank North as Northern Cass will slip this one up top as they will handle it now to Zeski. Zeski slips it to Hoyland. Hoyland trying to post up Crockett on the inside, nothing there, so Hoyland's in a driving kick now to Rachel. Rachel, 2 hard dribbles to the paint, off the window, and there's a body foul, and this will go on Wahpeton. Foul on the Huskies. This would be on Alex Cummings, his 4th, team's first of the fourth quarter, and much to the chagrin of the Husky faithful who's made the trek from Wahpeton to Fargo here this afternoon. As Rachel will head to the free throw line, a 59% free throw shooter, hits the first. He's got 9. As Flack will check in, and Northern Cass makes this a 2-possession game. Free throw attempt number 2 here for Rachel, trying to get into double digits and join Crockett in that category here this afternoon. Second free throw attempt is also up and in. He's got 10, 2 for 2 from the stripe, and the Jags are back within 5. Steffens will see this up the floor now for Wahpeton. Jags with a little man pressure defense left in its side as this will go to Bonchis. Bonchis slips it inside to Gilbertson for the reversal shot. There's a foul. Foul will be assessed on Hoyland, his second, team's 4th, and Gilbertson to the stripe to shoot 2. As the Huskies and the Jags looking to trade free throw attempts here in the last 2 possessions. Gilbertson 3 of 4 from the stripe. For Wahpeton, they're 4 of 6 from the line as a team. Free throw attempt for Gilbertson is off the iron. Hit the right iron, back iron, the left iron, then rattled out. Second free throw attempt. So even with the make, it's still a 2-possession game, and Gilbertson misses the second. Rebound comes down underneath as Parker Zeski will get the rebound. Gives it to Freilich, back to Parker. Zeski to Miles here at the top of the key to set up a little horns action look. Crockett, little flare screen to Freilich. Freilich takes 2 hard dribbles. He gets double teamed. Freilich using up the dribble now as he hands it off to Rachel. Rachel crossing over right to left. Rachel with it on the baseline, right-handed side as the Jags with Hoyland slips it through to Rachel, and there's a foul on the floor. Foul will go against King. I believe here for Wahpeton it will. So Trenton King will pick up his second, team's second, with 5:14 to play in the fourth quarter. As the number 1 seed in Central Cass awaits the winner of this game tomorrow at 6 o'clock in the semifinals. Freilich looking to get it in before a 5 count does. See this one here, and now for Northern Cass, they will set up the offense. Freilich takes the screen. Miles crossing over right to left to the paint. Freilich with the right-handed scoop for 2. Little finger roll there for Miles. He's got 8. He's scored in every quarter, and the Jags are back within 1 possession. Now can Wahpeton answer with Steffens in the front court. He's got 16 points as yet to score in the quarter. Gilbertson, right-handed side, will see this one back up top, able to reverse it now to Flack. Flack at the left wing, 20 seconds on the shot clock as they go to Bonchis. Bonchis, 2 hard dribbles, finds a wheeling Steffens, spinning inside the paint. Steffens gets fouled, and Freilich will pick it up. Freilich with his arm down enough. Just like if you're going to go to a fair ride at Wild Thing and the arm bar comes down to save you from going out of the roller coaster. Freilich will pick up the foul, his second, team's 3rd, and we'll see 2 free throws here for Steffens. First free throw attempts of the afternoon. Steffens makes the first. A 65% free throw shooter on the season, more importantly from a Husky perspective, it makes it a 2-possession game. as Braden Steffen's second free throw attempt will be on the way. Second one is long. Rebound is loose. Eventually one to Gilbertson. So Gilbertson gets his third rebound, and now for the Wahpeton Huskies, they can start playing a little clock game here, especially if they get a quality look, but instead Jeff Ralph wants a quick timeout to talk it over. 4:30 to play in the fourth quarter. Wahpeton leads it by 4 with the ball when we return.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at purplewave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I've just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller, and I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
Stop on out to Watts Ace Hardware in Castleton and gear up with name brands from Steel, Milwaukee, Ego, and Craftsman Power Tools. Watts Ace Hardware has a key cutting section, and check out their different paint mixing options from Benjamin Moore, Clark and Kensington, and Royal. From their grills to Traeger, Blackstone, Weber, and the Big Green Egg to the Customer Laser Engraving Center. Watts Ace Hardware is a place you need to check out. Stop in at 1610 Governor's Drive in Castleton for Watts Ace Hardware.
High school basketball here today on YourLiveEvent.com from the Shack. 43-39. Wahpeton with the advantage over Northern Cass. Time on the floor brought to you in part by Bank North. Not new, not national. Bank North, a hometown bank, supporting local teams and communities they serve. For more, go to banknorth.bank. Wahpeton will inbound it. They got 3 timeouts remaining, 2 fouls here in the quarter. While for Northern Cass, they have 2 timeouts remaining and 3 fouls here in the fourth. Next jump ball does favor the Huskies. Bonchis will see this up top to Steffens. Steffens takes a couple of dribbles now for Wahpeton. Able to do so, dribbles it in the front court. Steffens will see this one at the high post, trying to back down his defender. Nearly a traveling violation here on King as he hands it off to Gilbertson. Gilbertson with 5 seconds, crossing over right to left against Crockett. Jumper from 15, book it. Jack Gilbertson with a baker's dozen in scoring, and the Huskies lead by 6. Freilich front court now for Northern Cass. Under 4 minutes to play here in the fourth. Bounce pass to the high post. Jags with Hoyland takes the screen. Hoyland with it, gives it back now as they see it to Zeski. Zeski up top, able to spin, drive kick. Crockett left wing triple is up and in. Brooks Crockett now with 18. His second made 3 of the contest, and Northern Cass is back within 1 possession. Just over 3.5 to play in a very entertaining 4-5 matchup here today in Fargo. Bonchis trying to get by Freilich, leaves it up top to King, reverse it right-handed side, now to Steffens. Steffens the baseline to Flack. Flack will see this to Gilbertson. Back to Steffens here, left of the key. He'll watch though. College range triple. Nothing but twine. Braden Steffens now with 20. His third three-pointer of the contest as Freilich will see it up the floor, and immediately the Huskies with the answer. Crockett takes the ball screen here as he does right to the key. Dribble pullback. Crockett, can he do it again? Yes, sir! Brooks Crockett now with 21, and the Jags are back within 3. Steffens, front court. Who's going to get a stop and a bucket first is the question. Steffens will see this up top. Leaves it to Gilbertson. Gilbertson left wing. Wahpeton will give it back up top to King. A little flex cut, nothing there to Flack as they give it now on a little screen. Here comes Bonchis, jumper inside the paint. No, rebounds loose, right back to Bonchis, up and in for 2. Aiden Bonchis with his first field goal of the afternoon. Huskies up by 5. Freilich front court, thought about a 3, zips it now to Zeski. Parker will give it back now to Freilich here as Freilich with the basketball, and Gilbertson trying to face guard Brooks Crockett as Crockett comes all the way around the world in front of the scores table to get the ball. Crockett to the paint, gets fouled, and 2 free throws. Crockett 4 of 6 from the free throw line as Bonchis picks up the foul. That'll be his third, and that'll be the team's third foul here. So for Jeff Ralph, he got 4 on Cummings and 3 on the way for Bonchis. Free throw is good here for Brooks Crockett. He's got 22. This to make it a 1-possession game as Cummings will check in for Flack, and we've kind of been teetering around this 3 to 6 point range the last couple of minutes. As Crockett free throw gonna go long. Rebound 1 on the inside here to Alex Cummings. Cummings will give it off now to Gilbertson. So the Huskies with the basketball here in the front court. Lead at 50-46 here on this Monday afternoon. Left and inside goes Bonchis. Bonchis trying to get by Freilich. Gets inside the paint. Shot short. Rebound tipped right in the hands of Cummings. And now for the Huskies, they can take this under a $130 without having to anywhere near think about shooting, as there's going to be a foul. Parker Zeski with the foul, his second, team's fourth. That's the last one to give before it's a bonus situation, and it also resets the shot clock. So now you can think about, from a Wahpeton perspective, until about the 120 mark now before you really need to get an offensive set going, unless you want to take it right to the paint as King does. He gets walled off. Up top to Gilbertson, now to Steffens. Steffens will see this between the rings. A made field goal here could be a backbreaker from a Northern Cass perspective. That's what Wahpeton's looking for. King at the right wing. We'll see this one as Crockett comes up and guards Gilbertson. Gilbertson spins, driving kick. Bonchis, left baseline triple is going to go long. Rebound here to Zeski. Zeski wants to run in transition. Wahpeton gets back well defensively. Zeski sees it to Freilich and a timeout on the floor. 70 seconds to play here in regulation. Northern Cass down by 4 with the ball when we return.
Before the farming season moves forward, there's one important decision to make. Every year brings unknowns: weather, markets, yields. Multi-peril crop insurance helps protect the work you put in long before harvest. The MPCI crop insurance closing deadline is March 16th. At IRE Insurance, we've helped generations of farmers plan ahead with confidence. Let's make sure you're ready. Contact IRE Insurance for guidance you can trust.
Now the question becomes for both teams moving forward, as these two have played just really quality basketball. 2 times they've gone to overtime since they've been in the 3-division system. The Huskies are 4-0 against the Jags, beating Northern Cass in triple overtime last year in the semifinals. But right now, 70 seconds to play. Wahpeton leads it by 4. They're led by the 20 points of Steffens, the 13 of Gilbertson, and the 10 for Trayton King. Well, for Northern Cass, led by the 22 of Brooks Crockett, the 10 for Rachel, and the 8 for Freilich. With the timeout from Northern Cass, they will have 1 remaining, while Wahpeton, they will have 3 timeouts remaining here in this final 70 seconds on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Huskies up by 4, but the Jags looking to change that with a quality possession here and get it to a 1-possession game. Kindred Valley City next, followed by our nightcap with Oak Grove and Lisbon, and treated to a really good one to open up the Region 1 boys tournament here in the Shack. Freilich after the timeout. We'll see this up top. Bounce pass right-handed side. We'll see what Bryce Laxdal draws up. He draws up a Rachel 3! Yes, sir! At the left wing, Rachel with North T. A perfectly executed play after the timeout for Bryce Laxdal's Jaguar Club. Steffens, front court. Wahpeton up by 1. Right-handed side goes to Gilbertson, guarded by Crockett. Now to King as they work with it to Steffens. Steffens at the left wing, free throw line extended, takes a ball screen. Now between the circles, right-hand side to Gilbertson, and a timeout for Coach Ralph. 39.5 to play in the fourth quarter. Wahpeton with the ball when we return.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
Time on the floor, brought to you in part by Bank North. That was Rachel's third 3 of the contest, his 68th of the season. If he makes one more here in the game, that would be a school record, and that would tie his record from last year for most 3-pointers in a season. Time on the floor, brought to you in part by Bank North for Jeff Ralph. Wahpeton with the basketball in the front court, as they will see with Steffens on the inbounds. Steffens, we'll see this up top as they work it around the world. It goes to King. Little flex cut here. Steffens going to come back and get the ball with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Steffens at the high post, spinning. Steffens shot from 14 off the iron. Rebound, put back. King up and swirling on in for 2. King's got 12. It's 22 seconds remaining here in the contest, and we get a timeout here for Northern Cass and Bryce Laxdal. 22.2 seconds to play, and Steffens threw the shot up, through some contact. Wahpeton wanted a foul. There was nothing given. The play continued, and a rebound put back for King from the left block has given the Huskies a 3-point lead. And here's the question. If you're Wahpeton, do you allow Northern Cass to get a 3-point off to tie? You do have one foul to give before it is the bonus on top of that here for Jeff Ralph's club and the Wahpeton Huskies. It's Wahpeton 52, Northern Cass 49, 22.2 seconds to play here in regulation on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. King, though, has been timely here in this quarter. He's got 6 of his 12 points in the fourth, and just in the fourth quarter leads the floor for the Huskies with that scoring. Well, for Northern Cass, you would think a 3-pointer for Brooks Crockett or for Hudson Richo. Those two have been the A and B in terms of 3-point opportunities here in this game. Parker Zeski can stroke it as well. And the other note is Northern Cass is without any timeouts. So if they score with under 5 seconds remaining in regulation, Wahpeton doesn't have to inbound the basketball. They can let the clock wind and the ball game would be over. So that's also just a little bit of a mental note here in this contest. So a Rachel 3-pointer to make it a 1-point game, followed by a King putback for 2 to make it back to a 3-point contest. And we'll see what the chess match between Bryce Laxdal and Jeff Ralph is, as this one is another classic in the book of Wahpeton and Northern Cass. Freilich. We'll see this little full court pressure defense by Wahpeton, as they will go out to a man pressure. 18 seconds. Freilich will see this one. Little pick and pop action to Crockett. Crockett will see it here. Double team comes back to Freilich. Freilich with the rock here. They're trying to face guard Rachel and Crockett with 8 seconds. Now they give it to Brooks. Brooks has 6 seconds with the basketball. Little pick. Crockett from the right wing to tie. 3-pointers long. Rebound tipped out. Zeski, 3-pointers blocked down the way by Gilbertson, and the Huskies down the Jags, 52-49. What a ball game. They got the 3 off the way by Crockett. Long rebound went to Zeski. Block shot by Gilbertson, and that's how you finish off this basketball game as the Wahpeton Huskies find a way to win in a cloud of victory here, 52-49. We're back with our post-game show after this here on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. It's the Huskies who come out victorious today here in Fargo.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the 3-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
As we come back on the post-game show, again, the Wahpeton Huskies for a 3rd consecutive season have found themselves in the region semifinals. It was a barn burner with Northern Cass, 52-49. Join us, Jack Gilbertson, here in this one, able to finish with 13 points. Jack, just take us through the last 45 seconds. Hudson Richo hits a 3-pointer. You come back, King gets the putback for 2. What's going through your mind with 22.5 seconds left to try to get a stop defensively here against Northern Cass, Jack?
Well, we come out of timeout, and of course we're glued onto those guys. We're glued onto Brightshow, Crockett, and then it comes down to Crockett shooting a deep contested 3, and we love that. I mean, we'll take that any day. It was great defense by us, and then rebound comes out to them, block the shot. I knew there was no time left, so.
Yeah, when you saw Zeski put the shot up and where you were defensively, were you trying to get the block, were you trying to stay up, just go through where you were kind of in the last 2.5 seconds of the game?
Well, I'm on Crockett, and then I see the rebound came all the way out. So, and then he has some sort of his jumper's kind of. So I jumped up and I tried to contest that. I didn't really try to block it because I didn't want to foul. But it just happened.
Let's talk about Trenton King, the sophomore. He had 6 big points in the fourth quarter, a couple putbacks and rebounds. What did you see from King on the inside today?
Yeah, he's great. I mean, he's one of our glue guys. I know he's not scoring a lot. I mean, but he's in the right spot at the right times, and he's getting offensive boards like that offensive board down here at the end. That was huge. That won us the game, I think.
Final thing, Jack, third straight year that this program has found themselves in the semis. You know, we get 2 more games here at the Shack no matter what happens this week. Just what does it mean for this program to get back to the region semifinals for a third straight year?
I mean, we all love it. We want to compete. We don't want to go out. And I think they see us as a big dog in this region, so we like to keep that standard.
Yeah, without question. 17-5, winners of 5 straight and 12 of 13. We'll see you tomorrow night against Central Cass. Congratulations,
Yes, sir.
Jack.
Thank you.
Jack Gilbertson with us here. He is our player of the game, brought to you in part by Enbridge. When we come back, we'll put a bow on this one next.
What's going on today?
I've got a planter in the shop, and I had the guys from Agassiz Precision Ag come over and do an inspection.
You upgrading systems, or are you working on maintenance?
Both, actually. We walked some fields last summer and found areas where we can improve, so we are installing Delta Force and some new opening discs.
Yeah, I bet we're in the same boat. I should give them a call.
Yep, they will come out and look over the planter with you and put a plan together. They are the guys I go to for answers.
Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
At Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator.
As we come back here again, your final, our player of the game brought to you in part by Enbridge. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Life takes energy. That again is Enbridge.com. That goes to Jack Gilbertson, the defensive stop at the end. Had a good third quarter play, finishes with 13 points. Jack Gilbertson is our Enbridge Energy player of the game. We go from there to our Agassiz feature, Precision Ag play of the contest. And that play of the contest was by Brandon Steffens. Just smooth throughout. 20 points, 4 rebounds. He had 3 threes and went back and forth a little bit with Crockett and Richo from the three-point line. Brandon Steffens is our Agassiz Precision Ag play of the contest with those 3 threes, 4 rebounds, and just running the show here for the Wahpeton Huskies for the senior gourd, brought to you in part by Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer in Hillsboro. Visit planterdoc.com. And we go from there to our combo package of the game, brought to you in part by Popeyes, located in the Petro Stopping Center in Fargo on 45th Street, right off the interstate. And that goes to Trenton King. He earned his combo platter with 10 of his 12 points coming on in the second half. He had 4 rebounds as well. Trenton King is our combo of the game, brought to you in part by Popeyes. Check out their combos today at Popeyes at the Petro Stopping Center in Fargo. Final numbers go like this. Wahpeton with 5 of 8 from the free throw line here in this contest. They would hit 3 threes in the game and have 7 players in the scoring column. Northern Cass would have 5 players in the scoring column. They go 11 of 14 from the free throw line. 6 made triples here for the Jags. Individually, Steffens with 20 points, 4 rebounds. 13 points for Jack Gilbertson with 3 boards. 12 points in the way for Trenton King with 4 rebounds. 5 points for Crosby Anderson. 4 on the way for Cooper Cuomo. 2 points for Bonchis and 1 point for Alex Cummings. But he had 6 rebounds in the contest. Northern Cass led by the 22 of Brooks Crockett. 22 points for Brooks Crockett. He would also finish 5 of 8 from the free throw line. 13 points for Hudson Rachel. He would hit 3 threes, go 2 of 2 from the stripe. 8 points for Miles Freilich with 4 rebounds. 4 points for Parker Zeski and 2 points for Aiden Dixon. And for Northern Cass, final time on the roster here for the Jags in terms of the seniors with Miles Freilich, Parker Zeski, Chase Evenson, Chris Hoyland, alongside with Bierke and Otsby here for Northern Cass. The Jags will drop to 12-10 on the season. Huskies improved to 17-5, and the 4th seed of Wahpeton will have a date with Central Cass here tomorrow at 6 p.m. in the region semifinals. That does it for our post-game show. Coming up in about 15 minutes, we'll get to our second contest of the day with a 2-seed Kindred against a 7-seed Valley City. That's on the way next here on your LiveEvent.com.